huge announcement today. Well, not today. This was like 2 days ago, I believe, but I'm just now covering it. Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves Open Beta number 2 is coming out March 26th, which is next week. March 26th to March 31st. So for 5 days, which is a pretty long time. I think the last beta was like 4 days. Yeah, the last beta was like 4 days. Or was it a week? Or do we have it for, no, I think we had it for like 4 days. But the point is, we pretty much got the next beta for like 5 days. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised at doing a second beta. And at the same time, I'm not surprised at doing a second beta because the first beta did have a lot of issues. And they were talking about, I think they were talking about possibly doing a second beta. I don't remember. But it doesn't matter. We're getting a second beta. Now, I have uploaded quite a bit of content of me playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. And I enjoyed it, right? From the first time when I played it, right? From the first time when I played it, boy, I was getting my ass handed to me. I was getting my ass beat. It was getting difficult. I was struggling. And I kept playing. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the rhythm for this game down now, right? You know, like if you look at my videos, man, you can actually see the progress that I was making. So honestly, to hear that we're getting a second beta, I'm happy, shit. And it seems like we got a new character in the beta named that would be playable in the beta that wasn't in the first beta, Tizak, which I'm pretty sure is like this bird guy, right here. But that's not all. We're having a training mode. Now here's the thing, right? Within the first beta, there was no training mode, okay? And a lot of people were pretty mad about it because, and I could understand why, So there's probably a lot of people who are not really affiliated or really know much about Fatal Fury or play within the SNK games like that, such as myself, because the only other SNK game I played besides this beta was King of Fighters 15, and I told you guys, well, I don't know if I told you, I think I said it within my Fatal Fury videos, but if I didn't, I wasn't too much of a big fan of King of Fighters 15, mainly because of the gameplay, right? I thought the characters was cool, the art style was cool, I like the concept and everything, but I felt like the gameplay felt so hard, dude. Like it just was not clicking for me at all. You know what I'm saying? It was hard, and it took me so long to just learn one character, but still, at the same time, this is around the phase when I was learning fighting games in general, and I was playing on a regular Xbox controller, and playing on a regular Xbox controller on that game felt difficult already. So I was just thinking like, dude, what the fuck do I do? And so, when I played Fatal Fury, I kind of had that same mindset. I was like, yo, I feel like this is gonna feel like King of Fighters, maybe just a little bit different, but in that same regards, you know what I'm saying? But I'm playing on a fight stick, and as I got more used to how the game felt, the flow, I enjoyed it, dude. I didn't make a video talking about a review about how I felt about the game, which I'm mad that I didn't, but I think I could talk about it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about how I felt about the first beta and what I'm hoping for the second beta, right? So let me talk about this, right? The beta was fun. For me personally, I'm gonna say, I'm speaking on my own behalf. The beta was fun. It did have its issues. For one, it took so long to find matches, but I felt like the higher I kept playing, like I played a lot of ranked. Like the more I kept playing ranked and everything like that, I guess the higher I kept climbing, the more people I kept finding. I don't know if that's because, like maybe rank was like very active, at least as far as like the more MMR that you kept getting, so you have a lot more chances of finding people, because you couldn't really find nobody in casual matches. At least I couldn't. It took me like, I think the longest it took me was like 20 minutes to find one match, and I sat and recorded one of those videos, and I'm just waiting. I'm just on my phone waiting, and as soon as I'm done, they said I recorded so long I had to trim out that whole 20-minute section. I was like, dude. So for what I'm hoping is that the matchmaking isn't as long no more. Like it doesn't take super fucking long to find somebody, okay? As far as matches go, when it came to like connection and stability, it was pretty good. I fought people in like Europe and fucking Asia and shit like that. I'm fighting people in a whole different country and continent and shit like that, and The connection was so fucking good. But the only times I had a bad connection, the only few times I had a bad connection when it came to fighting somebody was if they were within my region, which was crazy because I'm thinking like, how do I have a better connection fighting somebody that's in Europe versus somebody that's in my region? Now, maybe the person who was in my region, they were on Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, because what if I was fighting somebody that was in Europe that was on Wi-Fi and we were good versus the person that was in my region? I don't know, because I'm on LAN. But I kind of hope they got tweaked that a little bit more, because it felt weird for me to more commonly find people within my region to lag versus people in another region, like me fighting somebody from another region and there's no lag, because I didn't experience no lag fighting anybody in another region. When it came to like making rooms, one thing I didn't really like was like when you choose a spot in your room, you know what I'm saying, like how you got to use a cursor to move to a spot. Like if you're on PC, I can understand, okay, you could just click here, boom, boom, boom. But why am I on a controller moving a cursor around just to do? I feel like that's weird. I feel like, I could just use a D-pad and just boop, 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 just little minor things that can make the game feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might not matter too much to people. It doesn't matter too much to me, but down the road, it feel a little annoying and tedious, because some small things could, just add on to a bigger effect to what cause is being talked about, and kind of bear with me with doing this. I don't really do review videos like this at all. The only reason I'm doing this right now is because, I kind of want to talk about my standpoint about how I felt about the Fatal Fury beta. And yeah, the only way to really do training mode in the first beta sort of was to do the tutorial, but you could only play Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rock was the only person available. So around that time, the only person you could really learn was Rock. But at the same time, you could sort of like learn the fundamentals of the game, as you like doing that little weird tutorial. Like, it's like a training mode, but you could, you could kind of like sort of cheat it. Not really cheat it, but it's kind of like how the Street Fighter, before Street Fighter 6 came out, and the demo, and you could only do the Ryu combo tries but no training, and you just have to do the last training mode to like practice combos and shit like that. As far as like gameplay mechanics go, I honestly really enjoyed it. Like, I was really thinking, especially to like how I'm really trying to get into fighting games and stuff like that, comparing myself with like playing Street Fighter, Tekken, stuff like that, right? I feel like Fatal Fury possibly could really be my favorite 2D fighter. It's too soon to say that, but I like with how the mechanics are for this game. For one, there's no grab loops, okay? Because Street Fighter 6, I feel like I compare this game a lot to Street Fighter 6. For me specifically, because there's some mechanics that do feel similar to Street Fighter 6, even though it's an entirely different game. But some mechanics feel a little bit the same as Street Fighter 6, like when you build up your rev gauge and then like you're in burnout. It's kind of the same way as like you lose all your drive gauge and you're in burnout of Street Fighter, so you can't really do as much as you could have before, you know what I'm saying. And then your what was it called, the STG, I believe that's what it was called. Once you get to that state, it's kind of like if you press that, it's like your drive impact, but it's a risk reward, which I actually like. If you use your STG, like, it builds up your rev meter, but you are pretty invulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You are invincible. I think of it as like a drive impact DP. Well, not to think of it as drive impact, really. And at times, if you get a counter, I believe, for what I've experienced, I believe if you get a counter hit with it, I don't know if it depends on the character, but you can actually get it could be a combo starter off of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really relatable to like a drive impact. And the way with like how this game combo system work is that like you can pretty much, as far as I think this is how like the SNK, Fatal Fury, King of Fighter games go, but like special moves always cancel into a special move, just like in Fatal Fury. But the thing is, you don't want to excessively like EX and shit, because again, it's a risk reward management here, you know what I'm saying? So the more EX moves you keep throwing out, the more your rev meter goes up and everything. So you kind of want to like make sure you're playing it smart and safe. Otherwise, you know, because I was fighting a lot of people, and like, you know, they was understanding how to do combos now, but there was a lot of people I was fighting, and they were spamming STG, they were spamming the EX moves and everything like that, and it just got to the point to where I just kept like punishing them very badly. I was like, okay, keep throwing this out, but you're building up your rev meter, and now I'm gonna take my turn, and I'm gonna make sure it's not your turn. I don't remember if there's chip damage or not, but I was definitely putting on a. Oh no, there isn't. But there's the burnout stage, yeah. Because when you're a burnout, there's that little meter at the top to where if you keep hitting them on block, and once it goes out, oh, they're stunned. That's free combo food. That's free damage right there. So I love that factor, right? I think it's really good, and it's really easy to manage through. And I feel like it's maybe I don't know, but I say for right now, I feel like it's easy to manage, you know, like your rev meter, as long as you're playing things safe. But if you're fighting someone who's just spamming SCG and EX moves, honestly, that's on them, and they have no room for complaining about why they're getting burnt out so fast. Well, because you're doing moves that's making you burn out so fast. So what we're talking about? I would like to fight more characters than the usual characters that I fought in the beta. I fought so many rocks. I'm not surprised though, you know what I'm saying? I fought a lot of Jeanettes. I fought a lot of Canes at the end of the betas. I kind of wish I fought a lot more Vox, Preachers. I fought a decent amount of Terrys. I wish I fought a lot more Mai's. I feel like Mai has a lot of sauce, you know what I'm saying? And when this beta comes back, I'm gonna try to make myself play other characters too. Try to do videos of other characters too, and just work around it, you know what I'm saying? Play this game more and see if I'm really feeling this game. Because I'm really hoping that they did fix some issues that we did have within the first beta. And, you know, when the second beta comes back, I'm hoping it feels a lot better. So, yeah. Also, for further context, even though I don't think I've said it, but I played this on PC. You know, I'm not sure if that really matters or not. But as far as performance issues go, I got a pretty decent, strong PC. As far as performance issues go, I didn't really experience anything like crashes or any stutters or anything like that. But I don't think I've ever heard any like complaints or anything like that for those who did play it on PC. But I think what I'm trying to get to is that I'm probably gonna make myself try this on PS5 as well, right? Just to see how it feels on PS5 as well. If I make myself remember to do it, but 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna forget and mainly just play on PC. But you know, just to get a grasp and feel about how it feels, you know. And then yeah, with training mode coming out, you know, I think I think that would make a lot of people more happy. I think for those who tried the first beta, you know, and who isn't really fucking with it, I think for those people, they'll probably try out the game again. They'll probably try out the beta again, considering we have training mode now, so that way they can familiarize themselves with how the game is. So yeah, because I know there were people complaining, and hey, I'm gonna say this to those people who were complaining. I'm gonna keep it real, right? Now that we got training mode, you got no fucking excuse. As someone who is new to this shit and who grasps, you know what I'm saying? I'm a multiverses player, okay? Let me say that. I'm a multiverses player, and I caught onto this shit fast, all right? So I know that damn well some of y'all can do the same shit. I'm keeping it real, man. I'm keeping it fucking real. Moral of the story, I'm hoping that the second beta is a lot better than the first beta. First beta has some issues. It didn't have too many issues, but it definitely had issues where if, in the long run, if those issues didn't get fixed when the full game dropped, the lifespan of this game probably wouldn't feel as good. Like, they could get the updates, can make the game so much better, but as far as like the community based game and everything goes like that for it, I feel like it's gonna suffer, because it's gonna be like, oh well, you know, if this matter was fixed pretty earlier, you know, this would have kept my attention. So it's shit like that, you know. You don't want to like make your game super better after its first, well, you want to make your game continuously get better, but you don't want your game to come out pretty shitty and then and then of course as time gets better, you know what I'm saying, it's playing a risk factor. You're either gonna have people who really still have hope for this shit and they're gonna come back to it once they heard shit got better, or it's just gonna be like, nah, they had their chance, you know, kind of like what Multiverses did, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to talk about Multiverse, but that's the best example that I can give of. You see what I'm saying? Other than that, because my dog finna complain because I think she want my attention. I've been giving y'all more attention in this video than I've been giving her, even though I was just with her, okay? Let me record my video sentiment. Hey, I put you up for a second. Let me talk with... Anyways, YouTube, y'all have a good one, okay? I'll see you guys when I may do another video, but I'll see you guys when we